Adrenaline. Fast.
It's a rush.
Loud. Gets your heart pumping. Fast. Ethanol. Green. Green. Green.
CSU ran racing.
Formula C is an international intercollegiate design competition. It's an engineering competition in which there's about 600 teams worldwide who they design, build, and compete in a miniature Formula style car like the one you see behind me. Switching to ethanol was actually a really big part of this. It was able to help us with the university's green initiative and able to make us a little bit more environmentally friendly, but it also was able to give us a lot more power. There was a lot of benefits in that side of things, is why we also did it. With the colder fuel temps, it was helping to keep our temperatures down. It was a lot cheaper at the pump. We could get similar power out of race gas, but we're going to be spending $8+ a gallon there, and it's hard to find in town. Right now in Fort Collins, Colorado, we have plenty of E85 stations. It's easy to get, it's easy to find, and it's cheap. So it makes it easier for us to get a lot of test time without breaking the bank.
So the advantages that we've seen through testing back-to-back with 100 octane race gas, we get basically more power. That's the biggest advantage for us. And that's because ethanol, as an oxygenated fuel, gives us extra oxygen in our engine. This is really important for us because we run a restricted powertrain, so we can only we only get air coming through the motor through a 19mm restrictor, which is about that big. So that extra oxygen molecule is a big difference in terms of the power of the vehicle. Additionally, E85 has that higher effective octane. That allows us to make more power by simply advancing the timing on the engine. And then finally, we get the adjusted fuel score. So we'll use more ethanol than typical gas, but per the competition rules, we get an adjusted score for that, and we actually come out ahead. So it's a win-win on all fronts. So I guess the fourth point on that is that we get to use fuel that's sustainable, something that's grown here.
So ethanol has been a huge help for us for performance. The way that our competition works, you have a choice to run a lot of different fuels, and each fuel gives you different amounts of a efficiency correction. And actually, we're able to use that E85 efficiency correction to help us maximize our fuel efficiency score in competitions. We can actually place better using ethanol than we can with other fuels. Additionally, because ethanol has a higher effective octane, we are allowed to tune our engine for a little more performance, and it's really turned out great for us.
So in 2011, we made our first switch to ethanol fuel. Previously, we'd use 100 octane race gas. So on one of our older cars, we did a back-to-back dyno testing. And so on the typical fuel, we made about 72 horsepower. And then so when we switched to ethanol per competition rules, we actually had to run a smaller restrictor. But then switching to ethanol, we actually made more power. We made almost 82 horsepower, so almost 10 more horsepower, which is a pretty significant percentage advantage for us. And then when we finally took that car to Michigan down at sea level, we retuned it and we were able to get 108 horsepower, which was the most of any car there that year. So that was a very pleasing result for us and just confirmed our choice of ethanol.
Our best finish to date as an overall competition was in 2011, which is actually the first year we switched to ethanol. We got 13th out of 122 teams at Michigan. Our 12 car, which is over to my right, we got fourth place in autocross last year. As far as kind of this past competition we attended, we got tie for 10th place in design judging, which was really exciting. The design judges were all over some of the features of this car and really getting kind of into it. So that was very exciting. Here at school, we've won engineering days for the past 4 years running, I believe. So that's the competition of all the other senior design projects within the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Even the year we were not a senior design project, they asked us to come out and display our car, and we won that year as well. So it's a very fun project.